What is up, gamers? Welcome back to Simply Sims. Sit back, relax, and let's dive into a new world together. On today's episode of the 30-day Create a Sim Challenge, we are doing a ghost sim. I completely forgot to hit record when I started the tutorial questionnaire, so I apologize. But we ended up with a ghost on the first try, which was really awesome because that is what this episode is about. We are on episode 18, and today we are creating a ghost sim. For this one, I wanted to do a male. Last episode was a female, so I'm trying to alternate between the two. All of mine so far are all going to be adults or young adults, or maybe even elders. I am only doing that just because we can't do like toddler, infant, child, and teen sims from the tutorial questionnaire. And I know you're probably like, well, SIMplieSims, you could do without it. But I like it because I'm pretty sure when you upload a sim that has done the tutorial, it keeps the sim funds correct, and it gives those like extra features. I could be wrong. That's my theory, at least, is if you do it that way, when I upload it for you guys get to have that from the sim. So that is why I do it that way. I was going to also keep this mouth detail on this sim. Maybe they died from food that ended up killing them, or food ate them, and then I was like, oh my gosh, they could be eaten by a cow plant sim. And maybe the wrinkles around the face are because of like the enzymes in the cow plant, because he goes face first, like start eating away the lips. I don't know. That's a little morbid. I do apologize. But that's kind of where my thoughts were with this when I was inspired to create this sim. Again, I know we are only doing a ghost sim, so for me it was kind of hard to make this video kind of long. That's why we're watching it in real time. And only because I couldn't really figure out exactly what kind of story I wanted to tell, because I couldn't get out of my brain that at the end of this, the sim is going to be a ghost. We're not going to see these features anyways. So I wanted to try and make a whole lore for him, and do everything that we could in that sense, but not leave it dry to the point where we are missing out on some very vital details, or we are just not putting up great content for you guys to watch in the sense that it's boring. So I'm trying to make this as entertaining as possible at the same time, but I know this is kind of a very straightforward episode. Ghosts to me are a little bit boring, only in the sense that I'm grateful that we have all of these different things that we can do now after Life and Death, but if you don't have the Life and Death expansion pack, ghosts are a little flat. On top of the different death styles that ghosts have, they just change colors, or they change like the detail inside of their body is a little bit differently. And for the most part, to be honest, they all kind of look the same. They don't really have any depth to them, because some of them, like, instead of it looking like static, it's like lightning, and the only difference is it pulsates faster or slower or something of the sort. So I think in that sense it was a little bit lazy, which doesn't excuse my laziness with it. I just was not entirely inspired to create a ghost sim. But we have Shane here. He is a young adult. I wanted to do like a fresh young adult who freshly turned 18, and maybe let's give him some lore of like maybe he went to camp, and we'll take like the Friday the 13th kind of spin on it, where he was murdered by the ghost of the lake, or um, he went to he went to camp with some friends in the outdoor retreat world, which I forget what it's called, but I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. the outdoor retreat world, and maybe
Huh.
he was playing with a cow plant. He's a young teenager, pretty much, yes, he's a young adult, but he's basically still a teenager. He just turned
What
into adult.
is
Um, so he still kind of has that mindset of wanting to just mess around with stuff. Things aren't as serious, kind of in that sense. So I think um, I try to keep that, and let me know if it's not consistent throughout. But Shane here has some really nice facial hair. I give him a little bit darker of hair. And then I believe I go back through and I change his skin just a little bit. And I was going to do some black hair with green eyes, but I felt like that was a little too much attention drawing in. Um, so
Huh.
I went with brown instead. I did the kind of grayed out brown. Maybe he was stressed out in high school. Um, I don't know. I couldn't think of a story to give him. I just was not entirely into creating this sim, so I apologize. But I do my best to put
Ooh.
one together. And I mean, I think he looks nice. He's definitely looking a little friendly. He's an active kid who's a little macabre and definitely dances and tells jokes. Um, I gave him more of like the streetwear kind of vibe look to him. Um, and I
Ooh.
gave him the graffitied sneakers. Um, and what else? I wanted to do some sort of um, kind of like what you would see in movies with kids who were kind of streetwear-ish, where they would wear like a jersey and shorts and sneakers. And I think I pulled this off very well.
Ooh.
And then for sleepwear, I wanted to do something along the lines of what a basic teen boy would wear to bed, probably pajama pants,
Hmm.
no shirt, the the get-go. Um, at most like a t-shirt.
Hmm.
And I tried to find the most basic t-shirt that I could find as well. Could not. So I went with this one that had a little bit more color to it. We have the red, the orange, and the green to kind of line it. And then just making sure that there's no extra accessories on him as we go to party. When I saw this auto generated, I was like, that is an amazing top, but not quite for our character today. So I went with a basic
Huh.
kind of two-tone suit here. And I tried to make it a little less like formal. I tried to make it look like he's just looking nice, which was kind of hard to do,
Hmm.
but that's okay. And then we have just going back over
Hmm.
to the streetwear filters to get his clothing to kind of match his style. So we have this oversized
Hmm.
jacket and this oversized shirt on top of these like joggers. And I tried to find whatever
Huh.
one was going to fit with his shoes the best. And I went with this red one for the accents of the black to kind of tie into his graffiti shoes and
Hmm.
give him swim trunks for his swimwear. I didn't want to give him the underwear style ones because I don't know, they just don't entirely look good to me. I know they're a very European thing. The short shorts, yes. The kind of like bikini style ones, I don't know. I feel like those wouldn't be comfortable for men. But if you wear those, I mean, let me know. Tell me why they're comfortable and how they're comfortable. I just feel like it would be damaging to the arteries. Um, and maybe like cut off blood flow. Maybe if you don't buy them too small, but I feel like that's too much tightness around the sensitive areas of someone who were to wear those pants or those swim bottoms. um, Now we have our winter wear, and I went with just like an oversized sweater and some pants, and that's kind of all that we really went for here. Nothing too crazy, tried to keep it again in that streetwear style, with the oversized and bagginess, um, or even like the leather jackets. So, and then I kind of liked this one because I like the big buttons and the panel color for the green. I think it went really nice with the pants. But yeah, and now we ended up picking our death, which was Death by Cowplant, and I realized that there was a toggle ghost overlay, so we could have kept him as a cowplant ghost this entire time before I took it off and then made him what's the word, made him, created him. But here we go with Shane Emerson. I will let you guys read his lore, but thank you so much again for watching. Simulation over, but the fun never stops on Simply Sims. Like and subscribe. Bye.
Patinja, cowgirl.